came into this one having the night off, but of course, always available off the bench when needed. What were you seeing from Albert Torres there just to put the incredible swing on it?
Yeah, had to get ready quick that inning, Robo did a good job keeping it tied there, giving us a chance in the bottom of the ninth. Yeah, I was able to connect on one.
Looking for anything in specific from him?
No, just trying to hit the ball. Yeah, that's it.
You've been excellent at the plate as of late. Is it just one of those things that things are clicking for you right now?
Yeah, just, fine-tuning the mechanics and stuff, feel good, swing at the right pitches. Just a lot of hard work to stay here, try to keep it going.
You mentioned Dustin Robleski, but it's also Emmet Sheehan today. You were obviously watching from the bench, but what did you see from him just returning to the big league mound?
Yeah, it was, great to see him back. We've missed him. He's special arm, young guy, so great to see him back on the mound. I looked first couple innings, little nerves, I'm sure, however long it's been off, year and a half or whatever. So good to see him out there, good to see him compete, and do pretty well tonight.
Well, per usual, you came in the clutch. Congratulations on this one tonight.
Thank you.
All right, the Dodgers walking off the San Diego Padres in front of the 14th sellout crowd of the year. And boy, so much energy in this stadium all night long. And it's at its crescendo right now because Will Smith hit that home run. And this is a guy, Nomar, he didn't start the game. He finished the game. He actually has overtaken Freddie Freeman to lead the National League in batting right now. He leads the National League in hitting with runners in scoring position. He showed once again why he's going to be your starting catcher in the All-Star game.
Absolutely. On the offensive side throughout the entire season, he is coming clutch. He adjusts based on what is given to him. He'll adjust, just get that sacrifice fly. He'll drive the ball in the gap. He'll do whatever it takes to drive in runs. It's coming huge, big, huge, right? A home run there. But also on the defensive side, he's been throwing guys out too, doing an unbelievable job all around. This is why they call him America's catcher right there. But I'll tell you what, both catchers today, both of them were unbelievable. Knocking in 3 runs. Dalton Rushing had 2 RBIs as well, so the catchers got it done.
Yeah, the catching definitely got in the runs today with the 3 RBIs. But Will Smith, that at bat, he gets a perfect pitch away for strike one, and then he takes the ball off the plate inside and almost hits a walk-off home run the pitch before. And then he takes the next pitch away, changeup, taken to right field. That just plate coverage. He's on everything, and he's doing an incredible job. And yes, you're right. He is going to be your starting catcher for the All-Star game.
Well, I'm on an incredible cold streak right now calling my shot, but our coordinating producer in the booth, right before Will Smith hits that home run, Stu Mitchell says Will Smith is about to hit his 4th career walk-off home run, and then he hits one foul. I'm like, Stu, you were so close. He's like, the at-bat's not over. And then every next pitch, he does go deep. But I want to start talking about Emmet Sheehan tonight, Adrian, because we talked a lot on the pregame show. Long road back from having Tommy John surgery. Hadn't pitched in, he had a surgery 13 months ago, but hadn't pitched in 620 days at the big league level, and he looked as sharp as ever tonight.
Yeah, we talked about in the pregame, if he continued the trend of what he did in his rehab start, where he went 11 innings with only 1 walk and 21 strikeouts, he'd be in a good place because we know that his stuff plays. And he did exactly that. He went 4 innings, 0 walks, 6 strikeouts. That just shows his composure. That shows the fact that he was ready mentally and physically. And you know what? He went out there and did exactly what the team needed him and expected him to do. And it's great to see him do that, in his first start at the big league level in a long time.
We talk a lot. We say these guys watch our show, and they definitely were watching. At least Emmet was, because he listened to you. He said, Adrian said, I got to go out there and I got to attack the hitters because of myself and trust myself. He did exactly that, and that's exactly what the Dodgers needed. You were talking about trying to get some innings. They know he was on a pitch count. They already established that before the game even started. But despite that, he was still going out there attacking them. And you're right, Adrian. The fact that he has 0 walks, that is huge. Yeah, he did that in the minors, but it's a little different when you're in the big league level, right? And he still managed against a good offense, a tough offense with some big hitters, but he still was confident enough to go out there. He makes his pitches, he executes them. That fastball that's up in the zone that is so hard to lay off as a hitter, and then he has that breaking ball, that late break to it. He's got some good life to it. He looked great.
Emmett, just to get back out there on the big league mound, can you just describe just whether there were emotions? You are someone who does kind of maintain them quite well, but just describe what it was like being back out there.
Yeah, it was awesome. Once I was out there, it was kind of just back in compete mode once you see a hitter in the box, but definitely before and then after, feeling the emotions of just the past year for sure.
Stuff-wise, were you feeling like you felt comfortable with kind of the velocity, how you were attacking them, where things were?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, definitely maybe a tick down on the velo, but other than that, I feel like execution was really good. No walks, I'll take that every time, so definitely.
See how Justin Robleski just kind of piggybacked behind you. Just for you two young pitchers to have this opportunity, what does it say about just the development of this group?
It's awesome. I mean, it was really cool to see Robo go out and do that. I think, for him to eat up those innings and to do it, like that was really awesome. So.
Do you feel like a different pitcher than you were before surgery? Was your body a little bit different? How you attack hitters any different?
Not really. Maybe slightly different, but for the most part, everything feels pretty close to where it was before.
And with 6 strikeouts, no walks, you look at all your work this year, you got 27 strikeouts, 1 walk. What's the biggest key to getting that command?
I think it's just, being in control of my body, being able to repeat my mechanics, and just trying to, keep that release point consistent and try to make adjustments when I do throw, pitches where I don't want them to be.
Normally that's like one of the things coming to you. It's the last thing to come. Why do you think it's come back so quickly for you?
I don't really know, but I'm definitely, happy with it. I think, it just comes from work being put in, all the mound work before, throwing all the bullpens before, even facing hitters for sure.
What was this process like over the last year and a half? Like, how difficult was it just to kind of, push through rehab, and how much more meaningful did it kind of make tonight going out there, just being back out there?
Yeah, I mean, I was thankful we had a really good group in Arizona this year, so it was good to spend time with those guys and not have to go through it alone. That was big, but it definitely meant a lot to get back out there, and to watch what this team did last year was really special and definitely motivated me to get back out there.
Well, Justin, first, it was clear you wanted to go back out there in the 9th just to be able to take down 5 innings this evening, to want to see kind of the teeth of the lineup. How are you feeling in this one, and just the confidence you've been showing and feeling on the mound?
Yeah, I was fired up that they let me go back out there first off. Obviously sucks to give up 2 runs there and not just win the game right there, but it was great. Last night there was another possible opportunity for me to go out there late. Just if Tanner had to go in that game early, I was kind of excited. I was like, all right, let's do it. But obviously got that opportunity tonight, and it was awesome. I felt good out there. I think comfortable. I felt good. It was fun.
What do you think has just been the biggest difference for you as of late that's led to such positive results?
I think just getting back to what I'm good at, and just kind of simplifying, just like going out there and attacking the zone, just trying to get ahead of guys, getting that first pitch over, getting 2 of the first 3 over, and then seeing where we're at and seeing if we can just put guys away or get them to ground out or get them to just beat them, because obviously if you're ahead in the count, it's you're gonna have a better chance. But yeah, it's just been slight mechanical adjustments I made in AAA before I came up here this past time, and obviously giving me a little bit more, I think, room for error with my delivery, just kind of timed me up a little bit more and just kind of simplified everything, so it's been great.
Is that why you think Velo's been taking it for you?
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure that has a part to do with it. I'm also just generally, I guess, trying to throw back to normal what I usually am. Last year, I think the average was probably 95 something up here. This year, obviously, it's ticked up a little bit more than that. Just, I think a lot of it's due to the mechanics, but a lot of it too is just that progression of just getting my mechanics, timing up better, just trying to make sure we're hitting checkpoints when we need to, and it's yielded great results. So
Emmet was fantastic. I thought, going into tonight, trust his stuff, be on the attack with his mix, and he did just that. He flooded the zone, kept them on their heels, and I thought Dalton did a fantastic job with the fingers and the sequencing as well.
With Justin Robleski, it was clear he won that 9th inning. When you see just that fire in the player, that, I guess the push from them, what does it say about him that you like?
I just love it. He wanted it. He earned it. And I think given where our bullpen is at, I have to certainly be mindful of that. And I just felt that he had a lot more pitches in there. The stuff was good, and getting soft contact and whatever. I just felt that, he was the right choice right there. And Obviously the ending got extended. We couldn't convert on a grounder, but he found his way out of it, and we won a ball game.
To have just these two young guys who, it's with whether it's with Justin, who's corrected some of those wrongs, found himself in a way to get back on track. Then you have Emmet, who now can provide you that length as well, but also is coming in a really sharp position.
I think it's great. Tonight was obviously we won a big league ball game, but you look at the growth of two young pitchers and what they did against a very formidable ball club, and also Dalton, being the catcher back there with the fingers, and I thought it was a big night for him as well. And so just kind of looking beyond and the experience that these guys are gaining and how they're coming out of it, certainly.
Dodger Nation, what is going on with this bullpen shuffle? The Dodgers just made a move that has fans scratching their heads, or maybe raising an eyebrow with curiosity. Jack Little, yes, that Jack Little, is finally getting his shot in the big leagues after more than 5 years grinding it out in the minors. Meanwhile, Emmet Sheehan, who literally just came back from Tommy John rehab and pitched solidly last night, is already being sent down to AAA. And wait, there's more. Tony Gonsolin, 60-day IL. Again. What does this all mean for the pitching depth? Is this a smart move by the front office, or the start of something concerning? Stick with me because we're breaking this all down. The stats, the strategy, and what this means for the Dodgers heading into the dog days of summer. Let's dive in. And Jack Little, the surprise call-up. So first, Jack Little. If you're like most Dodger fans, you probably thought this name was buried on the Oklahoma City roster sheet. But here he is, called up to the show for the very first time at age 27. Little's been quietly productive down there. A 2.20 ERA over 32 and 2/3 innings this season. That's no joke in the Pacific Coast League, where pitchers usually get lit up like a Christmas tree. In fact, out of 84 pitchers in that league who've thrown 30-plus innings this year, Little ranks 6th best in ERA. Top 10 in one of the toughest hitter-friendly leagues out there? That says something. He's got a 94 mph fastball, mixes in a slider and changeup, and here's the interesting part. He's an extreme fly ball guy. Usually that spells trouble in places like Dodger Stadium in the summer, but to his credit, he's kept the homers down in the minors. How that plays in the bigs? We're about to find out. He's also 10 for 11 in save chances this season and has struck out 24.3% of the batters he's faced. That's slightly above league average. Not overwhelming stuff, but definitely reliable enough to earn this shot. To Emmet Sheehan, why send him down? Now let's talk about Emmet Sheehan. This is where some fans might be raising an eyebrow. Sheehan just came off the 60-day IL after Tommy John surgery. Last night against the Padres, he threw 4 solid innings. Only 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, no disasters. Honestly, pretty encouraging for a guy in his first start back. But the Dodgers, in classic Dodgers fashion, want a fresh arm in the bullpen, and Sheehan still has minor league options. So down he goes to Oklahoma City. And remember, since they just optioned him, unless someone gets hurt and hits the IL, he's stuck there for at least 15 days. This might just be about keeping him stretched out to rejoin the rotation later. Or it could mean they think he's not fully ready for the grind yet. 3. Tony Gonsolin. Here we go again. And then there's Tony Gonsolin. Man, this one hurts. Back in early June, he hits the IL with elbow discomfort, but the team said no UCL damage, no Tommy John worries. But now, they've moved him to the 60-day IL. Why is this important? Because this pushes his return to at least the first week of August, and that's if everything goes perfectly. Remember, this is a guy who's already coming off Tommy John last August. So what's really going on here? Is this precaution, or is there something the team's not telling us yet? Either way, it's another blow to the starting depth, which makes the Sheehan move even more curious, doesn't it? So what do I think? Honestly, this is vintage Dodgers roster management. They're banking on depth, keeping options open, playing the long game. Jack Little gets his chance, and he deserves it after paying his dues. But man, I would have liked to see Sheehan get 1 or 2 more cracks in the rotation, especially with Gonsolin out for so long. Is this the right move? Will Jack Little surprise us all? Is Gonsolin's elbow worse than they're letting on? What do you think, Dodger fans? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should Sheehan have stayed? Are you excited to see what Jack Little can do? Or are you starting to get worried about this pitching depth heading into July? As always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to latest Los Angeles Dodgers news, and hit that bell so you don't miss any breaking updates on our boys in blue. We'll be watching this bullpen drama unfold together. Go Dodgers.